Hello crafty friends, I'm Lien from Studio Kato and I'm so happy to be back with another coloring video. Today I am showing one of my favorite designs, which is just some repeat stamping with a critter stamp. I usually go for critter stamps for this look, but you can do it with flowers as well actually. Now for repeat stamping, I like to just use an acrylic block, but I do like to use a guideline with some pencil so I know it's stamped on straight. I'm using the Oh Baby stamp set by Doodles. I'm going to use that adorable elephant, and since it's not that small, I am working on a mini slimline card. Now these days when I'm stamping with an acrylic block, I like to put the foam insert from my Misty just underneath the card I'm working on, because having some foam underneath some firm foam underneath the paper actually helps a lot with getting a crisp image. This is why, or partly why, the Misty stamps perfectly all the time. You don't need a Misty for this. You can use a mouse pad or just some craft foam if you have it lying around. Any foam will work. Firm foam will work a little better, and you should be careful if you're using not so firm foam to not stamp super harshly either. I stamped this in Versafine Onyx Black, so I am going to add some clear embossing powder, Clear Gloss by Wow, and then I'm heat setting that. I am working on watercolor cardstock. This is the Canson Montval 200 GSM watercolor cardstock, and I am going to be coloring this in really quickly with my Karin Brushmarkers. It was actually not that quick, but I've sped it up quite a bit. In real time, I spent 20 minutes coloring this. So that's quite a while to color a fairly simple image. But it's normal for me to work that long on coloring, especially when I'm doing watercolors, because as you can see, I am going to be working in layers. The first layer is just putting some color down. I'm not worried about shading at all. I am just making sure that the transitions between all of the colors are pretty even. They're not perfect yet, but everything evens out the more layers you put on with watercolors. These markers can be a little tricky. They definitely behave differently than normal watercolors. So practice before you go to color an entire piece on a card. It's just good to know your mediums before you start using them on your final piece. Now with the first layer dry, I am putting more color down in the areas that I want to be shaded, and I am blending that out with some clean water on a paintbrush, but I'm not blending it out quite as far as all the color goes. So I am just trying to soften out that shadow a little bit, but I'm not blending the color all the way to the center like I did before. I'm working my way through the rainbow again. I love these Karin Brushmarkers. For me, they're still a little bit more difficult to work with than regular paints, but I do love the vibrancy of them. They're definitely a lot more pigmented than my normal watercolors. And once I have all the elephants colored in nicely, I'm going to just place a simple drop shadow beneath them so they're grounded. Now, I messed up on this a little bit. I should have left it here. I shouldn't have made it darker than it was, but alas, I made a mistake going on. But I added quite a bit of markers there, and I did lighten it up in the end by putting a lot of white dots in there. I didn't film that because the paint wasn't dry on that part yet, but I just put a bunch of white dots on the drop shadow, and that did lighten it up a little bit. You will see that in the final picture. I am putting this on a card base, which I have added a little bit of gray ink to, just so I had that layered effect. And after making a matting layer with some ink cubes, I figured I would just add a pre-made sentiment to this, sending love from all of us, which worked perfectly with all of the elephants there. It's such a colorful birthday card. I am probably going to use it as a birthday card, but you don't have to. It's a pretty neutral sentiment from honeybee stems, and it goes perfectly with this group of elephants. I love these elephants from the Jane's Doodles Oh Baby stamp set. I hope you like it too. The stamp set is one of my favorites from Jane's Doodles, which is high praise because all of her stamp sets are simply adorable. So I hope you like it. Hope you check it out in the link below. It's not an affiliate link. I just hope you go support this small business. Hope you liked this card. Hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video and leave your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to read them. You can also subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos, and I hope to see you next time.